Guys, what's going on? Another Vapor Trips video. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a few different things that you need to know when you're vaping. A few different things that I've learned by carrying on over this time. So first of all, as always, showing off my mod. Not really showing off, but telling you what's new with it, what I've done, updated it, and everything. So, I lost my white chef cap. My dad was pretty upset, so he decided to buy me a new one. Good luck, Juicy Vapes had one. They had a lot of them, which was weird because you can't really find the ones for Freak Show version 1. Now, people say there's a version 2, but the version 2 has 3 air holes, so you can adjust it to where only one air hole works for one coil. So this is the build on it. Some new coils. They look a little dirty because I got it done yesterday, but you know, over time stuff gets a little dirty. But there's new coils, new cotton, everything. I had to replace the cotton today because it burnt in half and it's starting to burn again. And I've now got a 35-watt battery. It's pretty good. And I got this fabulous, not fabulous, I'm sorry. I've been hanging around too many people. This juice called Strawberry Crunch from the one and only Juicy Vapes. See? Zero nic. I do not use nicotine. No way, Jose. I'm only 16. I'm not getting into that. But, yeah, so I'm going to show you how well this has been hitting. It's been hitting good. I don't know what my dad did. After a while, I got grounded from it, I guess you could say. And once, yeah, I got grounded from it. And once I got it back, I don't know what happened to it. I think my dad adjusted the airflow on it or something, and it just hits better. So here we go. We're going to have a little test run here. We're going to take a small hit like always, and then we're going to take a large hit. Here we go. That was a small hit. Now I'm going to take a big, large hit, but I'm going to have to hold it down and not up, so that way the juice doesn't go in my throat. By the way, that's something else I'm going to be telling you in this video. Keep watching. Wish you guys could smell this. It smells amazing. Yeah. That's almost box mod material. Box mod material. The 8 box. Still broken. Still broken. So, parents talking. So, my dad's up there. He got his stuff rebuilt. He has, I'll show you guys the mods, the RDAs he's been collecting over this time. Sorry, I knocked something down here. I don't really know what it was, but who cares? So these are the RDAs he's been collecting. See this velocity? Oh, the velocity's in here. Hopefully, yes it is. So as you all remember, the legendary Kennedy RDA from my dad's box, the Snow Wolf 200 watt. Then we've got the velocity. Now this thing hits amazingly. If I could, I'll show you. I'll have to deal with the consequences later, but I just want to show you how good this freaking velocity hits. We dried it out, so there's no nick in it. So just give me a quick sec to unscrew all this, and I'll show you how good this velocity hits. Using my juice that has 0 nicotine in it. So while I'm setting this up, I'm going to tell you a few things. First of all, when you're rebuilding when you're putting back in your cotton on not really, or your wick, whatever you really want to call it, but preferred as cotton. But when you're putting in your cotton, or your wick, but for RDAs, mostly. I guess this goes for tanks too, I haven't really tested it on tanks. But, there's one mistake I know a lot of people make, and don't worry, everybody makes this mistake. Hold on, there's still a little juice in here. But there's one mistake a lot of people make. They tuck, now this is something my father told me, that you don't tuck the cotton underneath the coils. Furthermore reason, you'll most likely get a dry hit. If you don't even try it. I'm just telling you, don't take that risk, because you will get a dry hit most likely, and if you don't, like I said, I wouldn't even try it. It's a bad idea. So when you're redoing your cotton, it's going to look like that. It's not underneath it. It's on the sides. I mean, it could be underneath it, but they can't connect underneath it. As in the cotton can't just make a big O around the cotton, around the coils. Because it could also burn your cotton as well. Another thing is, like I was saying about the juice thing, as I learned, wow, this is a touchy button. Still have the Patriot, by the way. But as I learned from the vape shop yesterday, or at Juicy Vapes, it's not Josie, by the way, it's Juicy. Looks like Josie, though. But Juicy Vapes, as I learned from a guy, anonymous, unless he wants to be named, and I don't really know his name, so. But he told me that basically, all in all, it's better to flood your mod than not put enough juice, because although your cotton looks like it's wet, you could still be getting a dry hit. Doesn't mean your cotton's burned, although it could mean that, but if your cotton looks perfectly fine, it means, I'll show you. See in this RDA right here? If you see there's a little divot, or not divot, but a little indentation in, where it's bowed in, basically the bow of it. And juice can sit in there. Most people think it's a bad thing. I don't want juice sitting inside my RDA. But actually, it works. It builds up inside the cotton. As you vape, it goes in the cotton. So you continuously have juice. If you do this on, let's say, the Alliance, the big RDA that my dad has for his box mod, you can get 18 hits. I'm not even kidding. Now, a freak show like this, you can get 8. Most people get probably about 2 or 3 and then they get dry. But I'm telling you, it's better to flood it than not put enough juice. That's what I learned. So take it from me. So I think this is ready. So now I'm going to show you this Velocity RDA. Now I'm not going to continuously hit off this because I'm letting you know this is an extremely powerful RDA. I suggest you guys get it. It's better with the box, but it's also good with the mech mods. The 8 box, by the way, is a mech box. Yeah. Snow Wolf is an electric box. But here we go. Also, the bad part about the Velocity is it burns too quick. It burns too quick because it's a very powerful RDA. I mean, if you sub-ohm it low, it's extremely powerful. Look at that. No more hits off of this. For reasons. Damn it. Damn it. Excuse me. Always work. There we go. So, moving on. Continuously showing off these RDAs. Continuing. The Saga. So, there's the Velocity, the Kennedy, and the Tank. The Tank still is a good RDA. It's a good tank. It's not RDA, excuse me. Sorry, it's a good tank. Don't get me wrong, man. So now, I've showed off my stuff, and my dad's stuff. Now let's talk. As I mentioned before, don't wrap your cotton around your coils. Not underneath it. You can put it inside, of course. That's how you do it. There's no other really way to do it. Don't put them underneath. You get dry hit, burn it quicker, and it'll probably burn your cotton. That's what my father told me. Another thing is it's better to flood your RDA when you have a bow. When there's a, like on the Freak Show version 1, I don't know if the version 2 has it, but when you take out the cotton and it's just bare coils, there's no coils or no cotton at all. If there's no coils, there's no cotton. You'll see inside the post there's this little, I don't know how to describe it, like a hole in it, where the juice can sit. And where the juice sits, that's better to have juice sitting in there than to just put it on there. Plus, those of you using the Freak Show, here's a little bit of information. something else I learned. You, with the Freak Show, those of you who are using the Freak Show, this doesn't apply with anybody else. When you're dripping juice, put it over the center post in the coils. Don't put it straight on the cotton or the coils. That's what the guy told me. He says it's going to work easily. It works better. So, another thing is, when you're charging your batteries with a charger, for instance, I'll show you. Charger like that. See that? How it's electric. It's got the 0.5 right there. You can easily change that to a 1.5 to a 1 amp, and then to a 2, which 2 only lets you use the 2 center ones. Keep it at 5. Don't put it up because you want the battery to freaking charge faster. You want to keep it at 5. Because you keep it at 5, it charges your battery slower. But as my father told me, it also, when you put it up to those higher,
I'm talking like
it puts it up to those whatever. When it puts it up to those higher amps on there, what it does is it basically your battery will run down faster than it should, because batteries don't last forever on these RDAs. They have a certain amount of time until they just go away, to where they don't work anymore. And you saw that big purple battery, that'll last a while, in my cousin's Hades mod. So that pretty much settles it. Now, as I do in all of my videos, I'm going to take a big drag. Good thing I looked before I did. I'm going to take a big drag hit, as I do in every one of my videos. And then we're going to end it, and hopefully you guys will like this again. So let's do this. There you guys go. Hotboxing 420. No, not really 420. But, so yeah, just wrap up. Just a quick review. No cotton underneath the coils. It'll burn it. And you'll get a dry hit. Don't try it. Flood your RDA better than not put enough juice. And don't tip it like this, like you're drinking English tea. You don't tip it, because you'll get juice in your mouth. You'll get juice on you, and you'll get juice on your mod in your hand. Pretty much common logic where people are asking why they get juice in their mouth and why they got juice on their hands. Well, it's because of the way you're holding it. You hold it like this when you're flooding it. And trust me, flooding it is not bad. It's not really bad at all. It's probably a better idea than just put a few drips and then hit it, and then you're like, why do I only get one hit? Well, it's because you didn't put enough juice. So that's about that. One last thing I have to say about the batteries is if you're sub-ohming on a 0.08 or 0.05 or 0.1, I don't suggest you use a 25 watt for reasons, because you won't get good cloud. It will not burn as fast, and it just sucks. So use the 30, 35, or 45. There's no 40 amp or watt batteries. There's no such thing. Or unless you get a 30 watt battery with I think 3,500 amps, then you'll be getting better cloud than you would off a 45 watt battery with like 300 amps. But yeah, so one last thing. Buy a box. Just suggesting that. Buy a box mod if you want to get more powerful stuff. Want to get better clouds? Buy a box. Buy an RDA. Don't stick with the pens. Pens won't get you anywhere. All they really do is put off little clouds, and most people use them to stop smoking. But if you want competition, stuff like this, or my dad's box, the 8 box, the Snow Wolf, the Green Toe, if you ever heard of the Green Toe, the Troll, which is also an RDA in a box. Hades is a big mod, looks like a box. Eye taste sucks, don't get it. Really does. Anyways, check you guys in a little while.